I've been putting off this video for quite a while because I knew it was going to be a chore, but what I hadn't realized was the last time that I filmed an empties video was last October of 2020, so it's been over a year. So this is over a year's worth of empties, and I attempted to kind of organize it to make it a smoother process. So I'm going to start off with a lot of the products that I continually use currently and continue to repurchase. So that would be kind of the more organized stuff that you see over here is a constant repurchase and stuff that I absolutely love and are using currently or will repurchase again in the future. And then when I kind of get through all of this stuff, I'll reorganize this stuff over here and go through those other empties right there. But I've got Phoebe assistant right there, and then I got Waffle assisting over there. So let's just start up in this corner here. I've got a couple hair products that are constant repurchases. I've been using these products for years. So I've got two of the big guys of the argan oil treatment from Sally's. This is a 3.4. No, this is the 8 fluid ounce. So I've got 3 of these guys, and then I've got one of the smaller 3.4 fluid ounce bottles right there. And I use that after I spray my hair with the AG conditioning mist. This is the moisture version. I get that at Ulta. And so I wash, shampoo and condition my hair, which I use Redken Blondage shampoo and conditioner. And then I towel dry it, spray it with the AG conditioning mist, and then I put some of the argan oil in. And that's pretty much what I do to my hair. I've got really long, naturally wavy, thin like strands, but thick, so there's a lot of it, so I'm really prone to frizz, and that's just the combination of products that just does me really well for my hair. So those are continuals. And then we've got a substantial amount of the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm right there. I've got 4 of the great big tubs, which I prefer to get those because it's a better bang for your buck in terms of the product and what you're paying for. And then I've got 4 of the 1.68 ounce tubs as well. That is my last step in my nightly skincare routine. I just glob that on every night on my dry skin type. And then tried and true love is the Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm. I've got some of the cherry ones in there as well, and some of the smaller ones that I did travel with. I like to travel with the Green Clean Cleansing Balm. I like to remove my makeup with it, and then I can go back in for a second cleanse, and it does wonders like that. That's another product that I've gone through I don't know how many of. And then I've got 3 of the Eminence Mangosteen Daily Resurfacing Cleansers. I like to use that in the morning, and I mix it in with the Eminence Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliant, and that is my morning cleanse first step in my skincare routine. So I used up 3 bottles of the Eminence, and then I did go through 6 bottles of the Curology, and I use that as my nightly treatment vitamin A. So as soon as I wash my face and then I tone it, I go directly in with the Curology, followed by like serums and essences and stuff like that. So actually directly after the Curology, I go in with the, where are you at here? The CosRx Snail Serum. That's what I use morning and night right after my treatment. So in the daytime, I use the Paula's Choice Clean Daily Skin Clearing Treatment. Let me zoom out here a little bit. It's this guy right here. So instead of the Curology like I use at night, right after I tone, I use the clear treatment from Paula's in the morning. And then both morning and night, I follow up with both the Paula's Choice and the Curology. I use the CosRx Essence right after that, and I love that product. So I did go through 3 bottles of that, 2 large bottles of the clear and 1 travel size from Paula's Choice. These are the 2.5% benzoyl peroxides. Again, I use them in the morning time. They do come in an extra strength 5% benzoyl as well. I'm noticing this is turning into a little bit of a skincare routine, but after I cleanse both morning and night, I go in with the Pixi Glow Tonic. So I wash my face, I tone with that. I should have did this in a routine. I should have made it like steps in terms of the products that I'm using. But I tone with the Pixi, and then I treat, and then I essence. So I've been through 4 of the kind of large size ones, and then Pixi sent me this giant one with my name on it, so I've been through that one. And more recently, I've been really enjoying the ease of use of the Pixi Glow Tonics to go. I originally was putting a little bit of extra essence in it, and then I didn't, and it's actually enough on one pad, so I don't know why I had to be extra about it. But I did go through 4 of the pads 4 of the large bottles and then 1 of the megas that they also sent over. But that is such a good product. I really contribute the nice texture on my skin to that pixie. It's really, really good. And then we have got 11 bottles of the Josie Maran SPF 47 sunscreen and moisturizer. So I've got the original, and I've also got the Protect and Perfect, which is tinted, and I like to mix the two. So for both my neck and my face, I probably use 5 pumps of each of those, so a total of 10 pumps. They're not that large of pumps, to be honest, but I use about 10 pumps of that sunscreen every single morning on my face and my neck. So I went through 11 bottles of those. I really wish that the larger bottles were a little bit easier to get a hold of. Sephora used to sell them, but they don't anymore. And then moving down here, I've got 5 bottles of the Good Molecules Rose Water Cleansing Gel. I love this guy as well, so I would remove my makeup with like the Pharmacy Green Clean, or also I've got a couple bottles of the Paula's Choice Cleansing Oil. Remove my makeup with that, and then I would follow up with this right here. And it's just a really gentle, nice cleanser to make sure that all the residue and stuff is off my face. Granted, the Pharmacy does a really good job of like not leaving any residue behind, but I really follow up the Paula's Choice Cleansing Oil with another cleanser to make sure everything's off my face. But I really like this, and Black Friday is rolling around the corner, and I think that they're going to have some really good deals on Good Molecules, so I might stock up on a couple bottles of this stuff. And then I also might get some of the Good Molecules Super Peptide Serum. So I went through 3 bottles of that, and for a while it was out of stock. And it's come back in and out of stock recently. I haven't repurchased any in a while, but I do love that serum. If you've watched my older last year's empties, I went through several bottles of that, but I like to use that at nighttime. I love layering really thin serum products at night. And then right next to that is the Pharmacy Very Cherry Bright. There's 3 bottles of their vitamin C serum, and that was my morning vitamin C. I'm really trying to work through some skincare, and I also have been loving the Glow Recipe vitamin C serum, but I still love the Pharmacy, and I would repurchase that one as well. I think it's lovely. It doesn't irritate my skin at all for a vitamin C. And then moving over here, I've got 2 bottles of the Josie Maran Skin Dope. This is their Ultra Nourishing Daily Body Wash. I really like this body wash. I'm working through some others, but this is a product that I would repurchase. And then next to that, it takes me a long time to go through hairspray because I don't use a whole lot of it when I use it, but this is my favorite hairspray for flyaways and stuff. I'm not an expert in the hairspray department, but I've tried quite a few, and I just really like this one. So I did use up 1 bottle of hairspray. And then I love this cleanser from Josie Maran too. I've actually got another bottle unopened in my backup. So it's another product that I would repurchase. I use it much like the Good Molecules Rose Water Cleansing Gel, and use it right after a cleansing balm in the evening time is typically when I use a cleanser like this. So this is a travel size of the Pineapple Enzyme Pore Clearing Cleanser. And then there are 2 of the larger ones right here, and I do really enjoy that product from Josie Maran as well. And then next to that, I've got 4 bottles of the Paula's Choice Perfect Cleansing Oil. So again, this is one that I use at night, much like the Green Clean Cleansing Balm from Pharmacy, to break down and remove makeup, and then I go in with like a like a gel cleanser or something like that and follow it up. So this is another really good product from Paula's Choice. Oh, there's more than that. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 bottles of that, of the Paula's Choice Cleansing Oil. And then we've got my favorite mascara. I've got 7 tubes of this. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. Doesn't flake, doesn't smudge, gives me volume and length. The only thing I'd change would be that the brush was a little bit more firm. But this formula is stellar. Yeah, I continue to use it. Got it on today. Good stuff right there. And then I've got a toner here from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA. I like to use this almost like a double toner to get some BHA in with the AHA Pixie, which is the same way that I like to use the Pharmacy Deep Sweep. If I'm in a hurry, I'll kind of skip that double step of toner, and each one of these I just pour a little bit in my hand and pat it on my face. But I use these toners in conjunction with the Pixie, just because I like to get a little bit of BHA action in with my toner, because the Pixie's an AHA. But they're really, really gentle, but they're efficient too, I think, and they work really well, kind of like a double toner with the Pixie. I know it's kind of extra, but I really like these products. I'm almost done with another one of the Glow Recipe as well. And then I did finish up one of the Guerlain Meteorites, is the number 2 Claire shade right here. That's a go-to, and I absolutely love it. And then I've got 4 of the Essence Super Precise Eyeliners in the I think this only comes in one color. I wish that it came in more colors because I really like the formulation. It's a brush tip applicator, and you can see that I don't have a brush on this one because I actually love the brush on this eyeliner so much that I will pull the kind of handle part off there and then wash it up, and I'll use it as an eyeliner brush because it's just, it fits in the hand really well, and the brush is really nice and precise. And then when I do like some leather painting, I like to use these brushes because they're so fine for like detail painting. So I'm actually going to probably remove the 3 handles on these liners before I toss those and wash them up and keep the brushes. But this is one of my favorite black eyeliners right here from Essence, and again, that's the Super Precise eyeliner. And then moving my way back over here, I have got several of the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. I use this powder to set my neck. I've done so for years. It used to be an SPF powder, which is what gave me the idea to do it, so that I had extra SPF on my neck. So I'd set my sunscreen because the Josie Maran that I also run down my neck is quite hydrating, and I want it to stay in place because Phoebe ignored those cats because the SPF is a physical SPF, so I want it to stay in place for sun protection, and so that's why I set it with a powder, and I'm outside an absolute ton. So I just use this powder right here because it's pretty affordable, and again, it used to have SPF, it stated on the packaging, but it doesn't anymore. But I still really like the powder to set my sunscreen, and it really kind of brings my face and my neck together in terms of like makeup. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of those. And again, this is, you know, a year and like 2 months worth of stuff. So I just love that product from Wet n Wild. And then let's go down here. We have got the number 7 foundation, which is a go-to foundation for me. I've got 2 colors. The primary shade that I use is the Cool Beige. And then in the winter time here, which we're getting into, do I have any in the empties of that shade? Oh, this is a wheat one, so I was actually mixing a little bit of wheat with Cool Beige in like July. And then the shade up from this is one that I've got kind of for my wintertime foundation, but I've got 4 of the Cool Beige and 1 of the wheat foundation. So this is an SPF 50. It has a nice coverage and it has a nice amount of hydration to it too. So I just really love this foundation. It's affordable and it looks really nice on the skin. It has that high SPF in it. And then my favorite brow product, which is the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. This is getting harder and harder to find, which I'm really sad about because it's my favorite eyebrow gel. So I've got 5 of the medium shade. Currently, I've been filling in my brows with powder and then just using the medium shade. When I was going through this many, I was actually using these 2 shades mixed together. I'd use a really light coat of the dark and then I'd go back with the medium shade, and that was all that I was putting in my brows for the majority of the last year because I just started putting powder in them. So I've got 6 of the dark ones and then 5 of the medium shades, and that's just a super good product from CoverGirl there. I really hope they're not discontinuing it. And then here's 2 empties of the Swanee Cocoa Biopeptine Fermentation Peptine Eye Care Cream. I've gone through 2 bottles of those. I'm almost done with my 3rd one as well, and I use that morning and night as like an eye serum, and then I go over it with something a bit heavier. Currently in the morning time, after I put the Swanee Cocoa, I use this one, which is also an empty, and I have another one of these that I've opened and am using currently as well in the morning. This is the Saturday Skin Yuzu Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. This is such a nice eye cream. Like, I really like it. So this pairing is my morning eye care cream. So I use this one like a serum because it's thinner, and then this one is thicker, so I go over it with this vitamin C. And then at nighttime, I've been using this Strivectin Anti-Wrinkle Intensive Eye Concentrate for Wrinkles. So this is a smaller one, and I got this as a duo at Costco. So I'm still currently using this at night over the Swanee Cocoa but I've got the bigger bottle that I'm using right now. I originally dipped into this little guy and used that up, and now I'm using the larger one, and I really, really like this eye cream as well. So the Swanee Cocoa and the Strivectin anti-wrinkle one is the one that I am using at night. So these little 3 guys are my current eye creams that I'm using. And I do have 3 empties of the Neocutis Extra Moisturizing, Illuminating, and Tightening Eye Cream, which I was using pretty extensively for a while. And I've got another bottle of this open as well. And I still really love this eye cream, but I've been using the other ones currently. And again, I really like this one too. This is some pretty spendy stuff. But I love those other ones that I just mentioned, and that's what I've been using more recently. But that is a really nice eye cream from Neocutis right there, the Lumiere Extra Moisturizing, Illuminating Eye Cream. It's got quite the title. And then I've got 2 of the Paula's Choice Lip and Body Treatment Balms. This is one of my absolute favorite lip products to wear overnight. It's still there in the morning. I absolutely adore it. I've been using the Belief lip mask. That's a newer product from Belief recently, and that one is giving this one a run for its money. Granted, we're not 40 below yet. This holds up for me when it's that cold. So we're just going to start trying the Belief here because it's actually 11 degrees today, and I've been using the Belief at night. I still have a tub of this open, like I always have one of these on hand. I've gone through several. I love this stuff, but I've been loving that Belief one as well. And then I do have 2 creams from CosRx, the Snail 92 All-in-One Cream and the Hyaluronic Acid Intensive Cream. These were okay for me. They weren't enough, so when I used them to use them up, I layered them, and I still went over these with like a giant glob of the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm because these just weren't enough. But they do feel nice on the skin, but they weren't what I was thinking as a heavy moisturizer, what they were going to be. So I had to layer these, but I mean, they felt nice. They were just a lighter moisturizing cream. And then I've got one of the Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust. I had hit pan on this highlighter, and then I was creating, Cruiser just came in here to help out, as well as Kara, here, move your buns. All these animals. Okay, so anyway, this Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust, I was going to depot this because I had put together this travel palette, and I also like depotted one of these number 7 powders for setting just to kind of condense my makeup bag for when I was flying. Don't try to heat this up to loosen the glue to remove this, and I don't know what I was thinking doing that because this is a cardboard packaging. It would have been easy to disassemble, but I thought I would use like one of them convection ovens. Did not work out. Melted the product. I almost fainted when this just liquefied, and it's just ruined. I ruined it, but I'm currently on another one. I've got a couple backups of this, and I actually hit pan on the one that I used after I ruined this one, but this is a broken record. It's heard me talk about this probably in every single video. I love this as a highlighter on the skin, and I love to wear this as an eyeshadow as well. It's one that I bring in constantly when there isn't an eyeshadow light enough to highlight in an eyeshadow palette, so I just love that stuff. And then we'll get into some powders here, and then I'm going to kind of remove this section right here and then kind of organize this stuff over here and go through that stuff with you guys. I do have 2 of the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless foundations. This is the shade 200. I used one of them completely up, and then one of them was kind of getting a little stiff before I was able to use it up, so there's a little bit on the edges there, and so I opened up a fresh one of those. But this is my eyeshadow primer, and then also it is a product that doubles for me as a concealer. It matches my skin like to perfection, so I love to use this underneath the eyes. It's a lighter, like medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit, but it is a lighter coverage product. It sits really pretty underneath the eyes too, but hey, you guys! But I love that product as well. And then I have got, I think I've got 3 of the pressed number 7 powders here, and this one here is the Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder in Light. This is an amazing, amazing powder from the drugstore. So I used up 3 of those guys, and then I used up one of the loose versions. This is also an amazing powder from the drugstore. This is the Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. I've got another one of both of these in my powder drawer, but I love those powders from number 7. And then here is a compact pressed version of the Perfect Light pressed powder. So here's the loose version, and then here's the pressed version, and then this one is in the silver compact, and it's the Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder right there. And I love all of those powders from number 7. They'd definitely be a repurchase for me. And then I used up one of the Maybelline Master Holographics. This is the shade 050. This is beautiful. It goes over my dry skin super nice. You have to like high shine and sparkle. It's a product that you kind of have to grind into your brush and then really buff on the tops of the skin, but it gives this wet, translucent, highlighted look to the skin. I love this product, and I've repurchased this and I have another one in my highlight drawer as well. And then we've got a Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder right here. I actually really like this powder, except for it did kind of deepen up on my skin tone. I wish that there was a little bit lighter shade that I could use that didn't kind of pull that coloring out of my skin, but this is actually a nice powder from Wet n Wild, and it's an affordable price and you get like a massive amount of product. And then I've got these little e.l.f. blotting, it's called the Matte Blotting Powder, and I'd purchased several of these. I can't find this anymore, so I think they discontinued it. So I've got 2 empties there. I like to have one of these in my bag for like taking down shine on my face. And that's primarily how I use this, both in my makeup room, like when I was filming videos, and then also when I was like on the go in my bag and stuff. It's such a good powder, and I can't find it anymore. So since I can't find that one, I'm on to this one right here. So this is the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This one is used up as well, and I have got another one of these in my bag, and I need to go to Ulta and get another one for in here, because this is the one that was from in this room, but the last time I was in Ulta they were sold out, so I do plan on picking up another one of these guys. It's kind of the powder that replaced the e.l.f. one, and this is just a good one for taking down shine too. And then I've got an empty RCMA powder. This is not the same powder as the most recent one, the No Color Press that they've come out with in like 3 or 4 shades. This is the first one that they did of the pressed. I was not crazy about this one. I like the newer ones a lot better. So I had tried to set my face with this and it wasn't working out so well for me. So how I ended up using this up is just to de-shine my face, mostly for like when I was filming videos or during the day or something like that. When I need to take down some shine on my face, I use this one just to use it up. But the newer pressed version of the RCMA is much better than this particular one. And then this is a little travel one that I had in my purse for quite some time, that when I ran out of the e.l.f. I went to this one because it was like halfway used up, and so I used up this one too, this little Makeup Forever one. And this is a good one for shine too, but it does have a little bit of a white cast, so there's a little piece left in there, but it was kind of starting to make a mess inside of my bag. And then I've got a Cover FX. This is the Perfect Setting Powder, I believe. Yeah, the Perfect Setting Powder. This is a really nice powder. I have got one open in my drawer as well. I don't know if they make this one anymore. And then I have got a Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Really nice powder. I think it's just too expensive for... I think it's too expensive for what it is and how much product that you get. But it is a really nice powder. And then this, I love this powder from Milk. This is the Translucent Light shade, and I pulled the sifter out of it so because it was easier to use like that. I was going to actually repurchase this during the Sephora sale, and I went to look for it, and it's just not there anymore. So I'm not sure if Milk discontinued this powder or not, but this is just a beautiful powder. And then another one I was going to try to repurchase during the sale is this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. I don't like this for underneath the eyes, but it's really pretty to set the face. And I had used this up, and I really do like this powder, but it was sold out. So at some point, I will probably get another one of these because, again, it does look really pretty on the skin. And then I also used up a tub of the One Size powder, and I did repurchase this since as well. This is just the translucent. I think it comes in 2 shades. I like the packaging. You get a decent amount of product and it's not too expensive, and I think this looks really pretty on the skin as well. So I do have another one of these that I'm using currently, so I did repurchase it, and I like that powder too. And then we have got an Ilia bronzer. This is the Nightlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In, which is the lightest of the 2. So that guy is gone. I really liked this bronzer. I thought it looked really pretty on the skin. It was really easy to use too. So I used up that guy, as well as one of the Fenty bronzers in the Sun. Love this bronzer. Again, super easy to use. It was just a really good shade as well. I almost repurchased this bronzer too, but I was like, no, go through some more bronzers that you have in your drawer. So I'm actually working on a Kosas bronzer right now, which I'm hoping to pan in the next couple weeks here. But I really love this Fenty bronzer though. This is a really pretty powder for underneath the eyes, but I go through them so quickly. And I've currently found a new favorite under eye setting powder from Flower Nose. So I do have one of these in use that was in my backup drawer. But again, I found a newer one that I love more than the Ilia, but that's a beautiful under eye setting powder. And then I do have two of the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powders right here. I do set my entire face every day. It has a lot to do with the amount of sunscreen that I put on to keep my foundation on, so I do go through a little bit more powder, but again, this is an extensive period of time since I've done empties. So I've gone through two of the translucent Laura Mercier powders. I did buy another one, and I have another one in use as well. That's just a beautiful powder. Here's a little Kosas lip balm that kind of slipped through the cracks. This was nice. I enjoyed it. Used it up. Probably will try something else. It's one of those kind of ones that you just throw in your pocket to keep your lips moisturized. Again, I liked it, but I've got so many lip balms, I don't need to repurchase that. And then this is the Revolution Sculpt and Glow Contouring and Highlighting Palette. Absolutely love both the highlighter and the bronzer here. I go through the bronzer quicker because I use more bronzer than I do highlighter in these. So I do have another one of these where I'm using the bronzer and the highlighter. Like, I pan the highlighter, but I open up another one to use the bronzer, so then I might as well start using the highlighter, so there's a little bit of highlighter left in there. I don't know, I might set this aside and try to use up this highlighter and then just use it in conjunction with another bronzer just so that I don't waste that, because this highlighter, you guys, is stunning. It is such a pretty highlight. Yeah, I'm going to set this aside. I did use up this bronzer, but I think I'm going to set this aside and try to use up that highlighter because it's gorgeous. But, okay, so that's everything in this kind of semi-organized situation over here. I'm going to remove this stuff right here and then organize this stuff right here so it's not like mass chaos, and then start going through this stuff. So all the stuff that I just mentioned, all of these doubles and stuff, love those products a lot. Continue to repurchase and use them and love them. So let me remove these and organize that stuff. Okay, so now we've got some deodorant. This is my favorite deodorant. This is the Native. The one that I typically repurchase is the aloe and green tea one. So I've got 3 of those, and I don't know what, this is the cucumber and mint. That's a good one too. Love those. And then I do have one empty of the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. I've got one that's almost gone, but this is my favorite I guess setting spray, or if my skin is feeling dry, it adds extra hydration. It doesn't just like sit on top of my skin. The tightness in my skin actually goes away when I use this one. So this is a continual repurchase and love right there. And then I did use up this Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. I did like this one, but I did have to follow up this cleansing balm with like a cleansing gel of sorts to make sure I removed any residue, because this one left a little bit of a film behind, but gosh, it smells really good, and it did break down the makeup well too. I've got a couple products from Curology here. I've got a mini body wash and then a larger body wash. This is the acne one. This is okay. I'm not crazy about it. It's not so, I removed it from like my little kit that I get because I liked it okay, but not enough to want to keep getting it type of a deal. And then here's one of the mini cleansers as well that they sent with the original kind of mini kit when I first started using it. Nothing to write home about. I also removed that one from the kit there. I've got 2 of the Vanilla del Madagascar perfumes from I Profumi Differenzi. I purchased this off of Beauty Habit. One of my absolute favorite perfumes. A continual repurchase. The last time I tried to buy this though, it was out of stock, and I was like, no. So I do have another one that I have open. It was my backup one, and I plan to get another one as soon as it comes back in stock. And then I got a Prada Candy Kiss. This perfume is getting really hard to find too, so I think they discontinued it, but I want to say this is probably my 5th bottle of this perfume that I've gone through. It's a real summer fragrance for me. I love this one. It's my favorite from the Prada Candy line. I like original candy too, but I love the Prada Candy Kiss. And then I did use up one of the minis. I try to use this sparingly because I love it so much. This is the Whispers of Truth from the House of Sillage. This is an amazing springtime fragrance. I love it. So I used up that little guy. I've got a couple mixing mediums here. This is the Esum Pro Mixing Medium right here. I did use this for mixing with eyeliners, but then I dropped it and spilled most of it on the floor. Sorry about that. Inglot Duraline, I like to mix in with gel liners to make them more fluid. And then this is a lip serum from Fit Glow Beauty. I love this stuff. I was using it at night, mostly kind of in the spring, summertime. It's not heavy enough for the like winter, but it's a really nice one for nighttime, and it smells like vanilla, like a really nice vanilla too. So I haven't repurchased this since I used up my last one, but I do really like this product from Fit Glow Beauty. And then I have got 3 Duo Glues brush on adhesives, and this is in the black. Is it with the vitamins? It's brush on adhesive with vitamins in dark. This is just my favorite eyelash glue. And then I've got 2 exfoliators. So I use these probably once a week. So I was using the Nip and Fab glycolic scrub, which I still love that product, but since I ran out of the Nip and Fab, my mom kind of turned me on to this Lancer, the Method Polish, and so I used up one of these, and I've got another Lancer in my shower right now. So again, I use this like once a week because these are pretty intense kind of exfoliators, but oh, they make the skin feel so nice, and then I like to treat and nourish it and stuff after I use a product like this. But these are both really good physical exfoliators. I did use up a Lancome Long Time No Shine powder. This is, I think I've gone through 2 or 3 of these as well. I'm not sure if I've got one open. I might, but I would repurchase this powder. It's a really good one. And then here's an Unveil from Mahalo. I love this cleansing balm. This is a treat right here. This is a really expensive line. This is something I definitely repurchase, but I really haven't been pampering my skin with products like this recently. I've been trying to use up skincare products that I have before I go and repurchase some more, especially ones that are this expensive. But if you want to treat yourself to like a whole situation in terms of skincare, Mahalo is a beautiful brand, and this is an amazing cleansing balm from them. I do have these 2 Pixie products. This is the Glycolic Body Peel, and then this one is the Glycolic Body Wash. I just, to be honest, I just used them both like body washes. They did the job. I didn't notice anything super spectacular, but I used them up. Not something I would probably repurchase anytime soon, but they were decent at the time. And then I got this Paula's Choice Omega Complex Cleansing Balm. This was okay too. I like the cleansing oil from Paula's Choice in lieu of this one. And then I also have a Pharmacy Whipped Greens. This is a product that I would repurchase. I'd use it kind of how I use the Good Molecules Rose Cleanser, or the Josie Marin Pineapple one is how I would use this after like the cleansing balm with removing makeup. I'd go in with something like this. This is just a really gentle cleanser as well. And then I do have a Good Molecules Pineapple Exfoliating Powder. This was okay, but I do prefer my Eminence exfoliating powder to this one. Then I've got 2 products that I got in my subscription box from Beauty Heroes, and this is the Biophile Root Bionic Refining Essence and also the Bio Shroom Rejuvenating Serum. I enjoyed both of these products. I couldn't say that I noticed like a huge difference from them, but I enjoyed them. They're very expensive. I probably won't repurchase those anytime soon. And then I used up a Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. I actually used this up on my neck just to use it up. I prefer my Belief, but I did go through a little Epionce Gentle Foaming Cleanser. This smells divine, but it was not my favorite little cleanser for after I remove makeup. And then I went through a Cetaphil Night Moisturizer. I was trying to use this to help with redness in my skin. It was okay. Again, not something that I would repurchase probably anytime soon. And then I did go through this milk, vegan milk cleanser. This was another one that was just okay for me. Just wanted to use it up. And then I've got the Living Proof Restore Perfecting Spray. I go back and forth with this one for mixing it kind of with the AG product. I would just use it on the lower half of my hair though, because it can get quite heavy. I may repurchase this. I may or may not. I'm indecisive. But I did go through one of them. And then I've got a Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse Balm. Again, this was okay. It does leave a residue, so you have to go back with a second cleanse with that one. And then I've got a smaller Amora refining facial polish. This is not like a facial polish like the Lancer and the Nip and Fab. It's much more gentle. It's just not as effective like those ones. It was just okay. And then I did go through a different gel early on before I switched to the Curology, but I'm currently using Curology in lieu of the different gel. But prior to, I went through I don't know how many bottles of that stuff. This was my favorite hand cream that I get at CVS, but it's really hard to find, so I don't know what happened there. I think this is a Korean brand. Hemp Dream hand cream. It didn't like leave a residue. It sunk right in and it made my hands feel really nice, but I can't find it anymore. This product from TG is one of my all-time favorite kind of hair finishing products. So if I had maybe a little bit of flyaways or my hair was a little out of hand or something like that, I just taper this over it, and it's just a really good, like, the name of it suits it really well. Like, it's a good one to use after the party, you know what I mean? So I have repurchased this, and I have another one in my cabinet. And then I've got a couple masks here. This one from Biossance, the Squalene and Tea Tree Detox Mask. This was okay. It kind of stung my skin a little bit more than I would have liked it to. And then I did have another one of, where's that other one? Oh, here it is over here. The Origins Hello Calm. I've gone through several of these. I have another one in my cabinet right now. So like after, like on a Saturday, when I exfoliate my skin with like the Lancer, I like to put this mask on like a freshly exfoliated skin, and it just feels so nice. So I still have another one of those as well, and I really like that product. This one here was one I just wanted to use up, the Maya Chia, the Optimus Hydrating Essence. I like the way it smells, and this is another kind of luxurious natural skincare brand, kind of like the Mahalo. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the Maya Chia skincare line, but I haven't repurchased anything from them for a while. And then I've got the Peach and Lily Pure Peach Retinoic Eye Cream. I used this prior to when I got the Swanee Cocoa. So I used this up and I actually bought another one. And then I bought the Swanee Cocoa, and the Swanee Cocoa kind of took the place of the Peach and Lily. But I still like the Peach and Lily. But I've been preferring the Swanee Cocoa recently. But I still have a bottle of that to kind of go through. And then this is another vitamin C that I really like. This is from Youth to the People. It's the 15% vitamin C and clean caffeine energy serum. Really like this one as well. This one, the Pharmacy, and the one from Glow Recipe, in terms of vitamin C serums, are ones that are really gentle on my skin and they don't irritate it. My skin's really prone to vitamin C irritation, so I'm happy about that. I could see myself maybe repurchasing that guy. Here we've got an Urban Decay. This was a loose powder as well. I really like this powder. It was a good one. I don't like the packaging. It's one of those like brush top. Oh, the brush is really soft, but it's just not functional for how I like to like set my face with powder. But the powder itself was pretty nice. And then I've got one of these retinol eye creams. So about over a year ago, I was using this guy right here because it has retinol in it. I'm on the fence about whether I might. I don't know. The Strivectin took the place of this one, I guess you could say. But prior to, I've gone through several bottles of that as well. And then we've got a Vanilla Woods fragrance from the Seven Virtues. This is another one of my absolute favorite perfumes. I have got another bottle open that I'm using as well. I adore this one. It's a stunner. And then I've got this little JLo sample eye cream. It's like a balm and oil type of deal. I'm kind of indecisive about it. Didn't notice anything special around my eyes or anything like that. I'm trying another sample that I got from Sephora of her line, and I'm just not impressed with the products that I've tried from that JLo range. But here's a Youth to the People Dream Eye Cream. I do have another one of these open as well. I haven't been using it recently. I've been using the Saturday Skin Vitamin C one. This is nice, but I have to say I prefer the Saturday Skin over that guy. And then I've got a 10% acne treatment gel. I like to keep one of these on hand for spot treating. So after my whole nighttime skincare routine, I'll go, and if I have any spots, I will put a thick blob of this over the top of it. And it kind of doesn't matter the brand. I just like to pick up a 10% benzoyl peroxide cream, and that's what I put on my spots. So I went through an Equate one there. And then I thought I would throw this in here because I wanted to let you guys know what I was using to help with my eyes from watering. This is the Systane eye gel. So I put this in my eyes at nighttime because it will kind of blur your vision a bit to help hydrate them, because I do have like a dry eye. And then in the daytime with allergies, to help with running, I use the extra strength Pat-A-Day that you can now buy in store. And those two products have really been helping me with like my watery eyes. They still water, but just not as bad. So I really like the Systane eye products. Got a couple more kind of face serums. This is the Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. This is a product that if I make my way through some more serums, I can see myself repurchasing this one. This, I felt like it filled my skin up. It felt plump. Again, this is something that I would repurchase. The Herbivore Cloud Jelly. I enjoyed this. Use it again like a serum, kind of layered up with other serums and stuff. But I don't think this is one I'd repurchase. I didn't like notice a like love factor to it, but it was nice. And then I did go through a whole tub of the RCMA No Color Powder. This was my, and still is one of my favorite under eye setting powders, but it's also just a really good powder to set over the face. I've had this like larger container for quite a while, and I just continually refill a sifter jar that I took from another product that I used up, because it's easier to dispense than like this. It's almost like a seasoning shaker style packaging. So I've had this for probably 3 or 4 years, and I finally went through the whole tub, and again I just refill another product. And then I've got Fit Glow Beauty Vita Rich Cream. I enjoyed this while I had it, but not a repurchase for me. I've got 4 dry shampoos, and I kind of just use dry shampoos mostly when I film, just because all the lights and stuff like that add an extra shine to my hair, even though it's like not actually greasy. The camera makes it look a little greasy. People have said that to me in the comment section, so I just kind of use dry shampoo for that. Mostly, and kind of get a little volume every once in a while. I don't know a ton about, I haven't experienced a lot of dry shampoos, but I loved these Elizabeth and James Nirvana ones. I have these in fragrances too. I love these. I think they've discontinued the fragrance and the dry shampoos and stuff, but I really loved those products. I love the smell of them. They did the job. And then this Herbal Essences one, I mean, it was okay. Used it up. And then I recently used up this one. And I think if I had to go out and buy a dry shampoo, I've got a whole bunch of little mini ones and different ones that I can use up in the meantime. But if I was like on the hunt and I'm like, I need to get a dry shampoo, I could see myself repurchasing this one right here. It is a very, very nice dry shampoo. Again, not an expert in the area, but I did enjoy that one. And then I got these number 7 Radiance Illuminating Hydrogel Eye Masks. I would use them like on a Saturday. And I really enjoyed these, and I was actually going to go purchase them in the store, and then I couldn't find them. So it was a pretty new product. Maybe I'll try and look again, but I've got other eye jellies to use up in the meantime, but I did enjoy those. And then I've got a box of the Good Molecules Clarifying Cleanse Bar, because it's a bar soap, so I just threw the box in here. And I've been using this here on a washcloth just as a body wash, and it does a really good job like that. It's just a nice cleansing bar. And then we've got a Good Molecules Glycolic Exfoliating Toner. I've got another one of these open too. I use this one kind of like I use the Pixie. I was using this one instead of the Pixie for a while, and then I went back to the Pixie. I'm using the Pixie again, but I can see myself going back to this one too, kind of spice it up a little bit. I have another one of these. This is a really nice glycolic toner though. I don't feel like it's too much either. And then I got this smaller Grand Lash Grand Hair Serum because I have this little bald spot on my hairline that I thought, let's just see if it'll work, you know, grow some hair. And maybe it was because I was a little bit inconsistent with it, but I rubbed it in a couple times a week. I didn't notice any difference, but I do know that the Grand Lash Serum does work because I have used it before. It just makes my lash line really red and it irritates my eyes, so I don't use it anymore. But it made my eyelashes grow, and my mom uses the Grand Lash MD, and her eyelashes are great. And then I've got this bottle looks terrible, the Leilani Coconut Cream Cleansing Powder. I loved this. I was using it kind of like the Eminence one, or like the morning time. It was my morning kind of cleanse exfoliate. And then they switched the formula, and I feel like they put some type of a pepper or something in there where it was almost, pepper is the best way I could describe it, I guess. And it wasn't that same kind of, it almost reminded me of like sherbet ice cream before, and then it had this pepperiness to it. So something switched in the formula, so I stopped buying it. I've got a mini of the Belief Cleansing Balm. I enjoyed this guy. I do feel like this one needs a follow-up cleanse, like a two-stepper, but it removed my makeup really well. And then we have got some mascaras here. I enjoyed all of these mascaras, but I didn't enjoy any of them except for maybe the Lancome as much as I love the Maybelline Sky High right now. So this is a CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Again, a nice mascara. I enjoyed the Urban Decay Lash Freak. There's a little bit of a learning curve with the wand, but once you kind of figure it out, it is a really nice mascara. A CoverGirl Lash Blast Clean. This very clean, nice mascara. I used to really love well, I still do love the CoverGirl mascaras, but I love the Maybelline one more right now. So this is the Clump Crusher. This is a good one for just very nice, clean looking lashes. And then I enjoyed this Bye Bye Panda Eyes from Essence as well. And then I had gone through, over the years, several bottles of this. This is the Supersizer. It's got a wand that's really similar, I think, to the Maybelline, but it's a little bit more firm. It didn't quite volumize. I'm trying to pull it out here one-handed. Yeah, it does kind of have a similar kind of little wand to that Maybelline one, but I've gone through several tubes of this in the past, but they're all good mascaras. I just love that Maybelline Sky High. And then there's the Lashy Doll from Lancome. This is very, very similar to the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. I would repurchase this in the mini and the full size, but there's a problem with the packaging where it wants to pull the stopper out. So I actually repurchased this little size one, and even my other one, the stopper likes to pull out when you pull the wand out. But again, the formula is so similar to the Sky High, I guess I don't really see a point in repurchasing this one, other than the brush is a little bit more firm, so I can comb the lashes out just a little bit better than the Maybelline one. But that stopper, all these cats, I tell you, that stopper is a problem when it likes to come out like that. These guys, naughty, naughty. So those are some mascaras. And then I've got these two Fenty liners. So I'm kind of getting into some products that have dried up. I haven't quite used them up because they dried up. So these are the Fenty Fly Pencil Longwear Pencil Eyeliners. I thought these were going to be like the be-all, end-all for me. Dried up so fast. Will not repurchase those at all. These are two CoverGirl lip oils. I did use these up. I use them kind of like a lip mask when I'm doing my eye makeup to sit on my lips before I put lipstick on, and then I wipe them off. That's kind of how I use those up. And then I've got some brow pens. We've got the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tints in Taupe and Fling. I didn't use up the powder side, I used up the marker side, and these are really nice brow pens. And then I used up one of the Urban Decay ones. I didn't use up the pencil side. It's a little bit hard. I just kind of used up the marker side, which I really like. But this is the shade Taupe Trap. I currently have the one in Cool Cookie. But I love the pen sides of both of these products. They're really nice. And then I got some liner pens that I just use these for touch-ups, where if like my sparkly eyeshadow went over my eyeliner, or I want a little bit crisper edge or what have you, I kind of use these liners as touch-ups. There's a KVD tattoo liner, and then this one's a Wet n Wild one, and then also an Urban Decay Perversion one. So I kind of use them off and on, not consistently enough, but in the time frame that I was using them for touch-ups, they either got used up or dried up. And then this used to be my all-time favorite eyeliner. These are the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayons. They started off discontinuing my favorite shade, which was this green one and this teal one. And then too, this formula also dries up really quickly. The green ones, the first ones that I got did not dry up that quickly. And then when I bought like the newer, like a newer one, they dried up really fast. And now I don't know what's going on with the brand. But there's a couple of used up green ones in here. But like this blue one and this darker one right here, this little one, those are all dried up. So some used up, some dried up right there. I really love that green liner. It was so popping on the waterline. And then these ones here are from Hard Candy. I thought these were going to be some good ones too, but those dried up super, super fast. And then same with these Infallible Pro Last liners. There's some cat hair in here. I had to go outside and feed the horses. And in the meantime, the cats came in here and made a big mess of all this stuff because I'm like sitting on the floor, which is, I'm happy to take breaks because it's kind of hard on my back. But anyway, that's why there's some hair here because these guys were playing with this stuff. But these Infallible liners, again, I thought these were really promising for long wear liners on the waterline, but these dried up really, really fast. So I will not repurchase those either. I got a By Terry liner. I had this for a while. This actually lasted really well for how long I've had it, but it also dried up and I didn't use it up. And then same with this NARS one. This is just a black one in Via Veneto. It just dried up and got old. And then I got a bunch of little lip liners here, mostly Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats. They've gotten quite small where I can barely sharpen them. And then when they got that small, they're starting to kind of crumble when I line my lips with them. So I put those in the empties as well. I've got mostly, I think, Pillow Talk, and then Iconic Nude, and then that Pink Venus. That's that one. And then I got one Lancome Bronzelle. I think that one is. Is that, no, wait. Yeah, it's 11 Bronzelle, which I do want to repurchase this one. But I think it's getting harder to find. I think they might be doing something to their lip pencils, but I really enjoyed that pencil from Lancome. And then a couple more. The Makeup Forever Aqua Pencil. That one dried out and is really crumbly. This Lime Crime Velveteen in Taupist. I love the color of this. It's kind of similar to the ColourPop one that came out. It's also a taupe, but they didn't make it part of their permanent line, and they should have. There's one, it's called Cool BFF, I think. Oh gosh, that's pretty, but it's kind of like that. This formulation was great, but that also dried up really fast. So I'm getting rid of both of my Velveteen ones because, again, they dried up really quick. And then this Il Makiage one also dried up. I've got a little tiny Indie Lee cleanser that came in like a little sample pack of freebies. I mixed this with the Dermafoliant from Eminence, and it worked nice. Probably not something I would repurchase, but it did the job and I enjoyed it. When I was using the Good Molecules Glycolic, I do enjoy the Shiseido Facial Cotton, so I threw one of those in there just to make mention of it, but I do go through those when I use a toner. Oh, these kitties are everywhere. Some more dried up products. I think I've gotten rid of all of my Stila Glitter and Glows. I had like every shade. I loved these for toppers and was so disappointed when I started kind of going into them for toppers and they were dried out, and then I started checking them and they were all drying out, and I'm like, these aren't that old to dry out that fast. I'm sure part of it is the packaging. Because it's a square, it clicks and you can't like really tighten it. So that's like a really big bummer for me because I loved these products, but I spent a lot of money on them too, and they all dried up. These ColourPop Jelly Much Shadows. I love those ColourPop Jelly Much Shadows. And then there's one Super Shock, but these also dried up really quickly. They have since kind of switched the packaging. They're glass now, where these ones are plastic. So time will tell if the formulation is a little bit more, stays better longer. But these dried up so quickly, and they're so beautiful. It was hard for me to like say goodbye to those because they're so sparkly. And that one little Super Shock that's kind of dried up there. I did use up the Double Duty from Tarte here. It's the Shape Tape Eye Primer. I have another one of these, and I really like this for an eyeshadow primer. It was a good one, but I prefer my CoverGirl one, so I haven't been using it as much, the backup one. And then prior to using the CoverGirl, I was using this Bare Minerals one. This isn't all the way used up. There's like probably that much product inside of it, but I was using this as an eye primer as well because it has SPF in it, and this is in the shade Opal 01, and I think it actually expired, so it's in here. And then I did use up one of these Stila Color Balm lipsticks, and this is in the shade Emma. I enjoyed that little product there, like a hydrating lipstick lip balm type product. And then I do have a Kosas brow gel. I went through this pretty quickly where it was hard to like get product on the wand. It was all I was putting in my brows, but there's not a lot of product in these. But I did enjoy the brow gel. So this is medium brown. I just kind of went back to my CoverGirl because it's more affordable and it lasts longer. There's more product in there. But that is a nice brow gel from Kosas. And then I do have 3 KVD Vegan Beauty Gel Liners. These lasted me about a year from, like, especially that green one, opening it almost every single day. They have dried out, so they are not used up. But for the length of time that I've had them and the amount of use that I've gotten out of them, it made it really, really a good deal for how much product is in here and how well these stay on the waterline super well for me. So that's how I use them, on a little brush. And so I have repurchased all 3 of these in a more fresh formulation. And then I have 2 lethal gel liners. These are both dried up as well. I did see that they're coming out with a medium to help make these last longer, so I'm going to try to pick that up. But these 2 shades right here are dried out, and they're not like salvageable. They're like super dried out. And then I have this Oma Beauty lipstick that I purchased, and it was more like a lip balm, and it was also darker than I thought it was going to be. So I just used it kind of like a lip mask for when I was doing my eye makeup. I would put this on to let it sit on there and then wipe it off and put my lipstick on. And I kind of used it up like that. It's so soft that it made the biggest mess because the bullet just smushed right away. Like the second time I used it, it was like smushed to the side. Then I have 2 MAC lipsticks. I've got Snob and Cream Cup, which are 2 of my favorite MAC lipsticks, and I've used up those guys. And then I have 2 Kim KWs, and I've repurchased both of these shades of MAC lipstick. I still have those in my collection. And then I've also got another one full size of the Kim KW that I bought during the Sephora sale as well. This is just one of my absolute favorite lipsticks, this Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury. And then the very last product, I seen that I forgot to mention this. This is the Josie Maran SPF 45 Body Butter. I threw this in my bag, and I have used it quite substantially for when I was going to horse events. I would put it on my arms and on my hands, and you know, where you put sunscreen, so that I didn't get sunburnt when I was outside. I really like this sunscreen. I hadn't used this one up all the way because it did expire in August of 21, so I was using it up, but I suppose I shouldn't use an expired sunscreen, you know, so that guy's a donezo. But that's something that I would repurchase. I love a good mineral body sunscreen, and that is a mineral sunscreen. And that's a whole lot of talking that I've been doing. So those are all my empties. I sure hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. I don't know, got some type of information out of it. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.